TaiRox Software is a development company that provides innovative solutions and software customizations to the Sage 300 community. We bring a deep understanding of Sage 300 modules and application development to all of our software projects. TaiRox CEO Don Thompson co-founded Basic Software Group, the original ACPAC Sage 300 development company. And our employees developed accounting and CRM products at Computer Associates, ACPAC International, and Sage Canada. In 2009, Don founded TaiRox Software, and since then we've provided over 1,500 software products and over 100 custom programs to Sage 300 customers. Our products for Sage 300 are sold by more than 100 Sage business partners on 6 continents. TaiRox products bridge the gap between Sage 300 and enterprise solutions. Our products work with multiple versions of Sage 300, typically versions 2012 to 2023. So all TaiRox users get the latest TaiRox updates no matter which versions of Sage 300 they use. And business partners don't have to navigate complicated software compatibilities. TaiRox provides 2 main product suites for Sage 300. Our application suite, for use by Sage 300 accounting and sales staff, and our data management suite, for technically inclined users and Sage 300 business partners. The application suite includes Automate GL Consolidation, which drives multiple GL consolidation operations, eliminating manual export-import steps. Download Rates automatically downloads exchange rates to multiple Sage 300 companies. Productivity Tools, our top-selling product, adds hundreds of features to Sage 300 modules. SOX Check Approval takes control of Sage 300 payment approval and check printing. SOX Second Sight ensures that the user posting a general ledger, accounts payable, or accounts receivable batch did not prepare the batch. SOX User Management copies Sage 300 users and user setup from company to company and user to user, and produces a SOX audit report and several useful users reports. TaiRox Collections manages overdue payment reminders, disputed invoices, promised payments, payment due alerts, cases, notes, and communications from a collections-focused dashboard. TaiRox CRM and Collections adds sales and support management capabilities to the features in TaiRox Collections. The Data Management Suite includes Copy Company, which copies an existing company without copying transactions, Create Company, which creates a Sage 300 company database without using a database management console or the Sage 300 database setup utility. Fast Clear History clears Sage 300 history in a fraction of the time taken by standard utilities. Fast Data Integrity and Fast Data Integrity Console perform data integrity checks 100 times faster than the standard utility on large databases. FastDB Tools creates, copies, and deletes SQL databases, performs fast dbdump and dbload operations, browses dbdump rec files, deactivates applications, and more. Optional Field Manager lets you delete old Sage 300 optional fields, add optional field values, rename optional fields, and update optional field counts. And SOX Backup Enterprise copies Sage 300 databases and folders between remote offices as an automated overnight operation. TaiRox Software also develops customized products for clients, such as our web store integration solution, which collects orders and payments entered into a web store and synchronizes them with Sage 300. In this session, we'll look closely at several TaiRox products: TaiRox Productivity Tools, CRM and Collections, SOX Check Approval, our fast data management tools, and web store integration. We'll start with TaiRox Productivity Tools, a suite of enhancements that includes over 50 programs that add hundreds of features to Sage 300. Features for accounts payable, accounts receivable, general ledger, inventory control, order entry, purchase orders, and payroll. And enterprise solutions for supporting multiple general ledgers with thousands of accounts, for centrally managing Sage 300 users, and for generating individual customer price lists. The standard productivity tools package from TaiRox Software adds dozens of enhancements to the order entry screen, manages GL accounts, customers, vendors, and items across multiple companies, updates, deletes, or completes hundreds of orders or POs in one step, and searches for customers, vendors, items, and orders using an internet-like search engine. And the enterprise version of Productivity Tools provides additional corporate features such as user management for copying user permissions, printer settings, desktop folders, macros, reports, and customization directories from one user to another, application security to show you the security permissions required to run a program on the Sage 300 desktop, copy GL accounts for updating large multi-company ledgers, lookup GL account for finding the right GL account quickly when thousands are in use, and create price list to produce customer price lists from the IC price list, customer type, discount percentage or amount, and contract pricing where applicable. Let's look more closely at a few productivity tools, starting with Extended Order Entry, an enhanced version of the Sage 300 order entry screen that adds over 20 features requested by our clients. Many users buy productivity tools just to get extended order entry. Extended Order Entry has smart finders for internet-like lookups of orders, customers, and inventory items. Smart finders appear throughout productivity tools and in other TaiRox products such as TaiRox CRM and Collections. For example, I might click the Order Number Smart Finder button and type 1105 to find an order for Bargain Mart, Oakland, or type Mart to look up all Bargain Mart orders, or Jose because I remember the order contact person. The same for a new order. Click the Customer Smart Finder and enter Ron, for example, to find Ronald Black. You'll notice that the Smart Finder brings up other customers, Ronald English, and 2 companies in Toronto. If necessary, I can add another search term, like BL, to narrow down the list. Other extended order entry features? Notice the customer optional fields displayed on the screen. One field notes that the customer order requires a PO number, and if I click the Post button now, a message says that the purchase order number cannot be blank. The program also optionally warns you if a customer PO number has been used on a previous order or shipment. I'll add an item using the Item Finder. Note that the quantities on hand are displayed below for different locations across different databases. Other features let you change kit and BOM numbers, expected ship dates, item prices, addresses, and deliver by dates, commit and uncommit quantities, substitute one item for another, change salesperson code, zero quantities that are not in stock, and change item location. You can display items on the order in picking sequence order, item number order, or by location, and filter them by ranges of order fields. You can quickly find a detail line in a large order by item number, item description, item comments, picking sequence, location, manufacturer, or other item fields. You can display margin and markup for the whole order, and you can also view this information as columns in the grid for each order line. You can view the order prepayments entered in order entry or in accounts receivable, create purchase orders in a flexible and robust way, previewed and with many options, add items to new orders for a customer based on previous orders, print a number of order-related forms without posting an order or navigating to another window, use the Components button for kit items to edit details such as the component quantities and pricing, and to add or delete component items. For BOM items, view the list of components in the bill of material and check component availability if you need to build more BOM items. You can also streamline picking slip printing, set a default kit or BOM number, and default contract, project, and category codes for PJC items to the previous line's entries when inserting new lines. That's a lot of additional functionality that's directly accessible from the familiar Sage 300 screen. Let's look next at a powerful enterprise administration feature for onboarding new Sage 300 users, the User Management Program. User Management copies some or all of one user's permissions to another user profile, removes some or all of the permissions for a single user, or removes some or all of the permissions from all users in one operation. It also lets you display a concise Users and Permissions report on the screen or save it to an Excel spreadsheet. This is a useful compliance report. We mentioned earlier that TaiRox also provides a SOX user management program, which lets you maintain users across multiple Sage 300 company databases and provides a number of additional user reports. Accounting Status, another standard productivity tool, helps you manage Sage 300 processes by providing status information for all core modules in a single window. This benefit is targeted at larger clients who have several people involved in closing at month-end or year-end. The program displays unposted batches and untransferred subledger transactions from all Sage 300 applications in a single window. Users can drill down from the Accounting Status window to see batch control records and other pertinent information. Another productivity tools feature, Update Orders, eliminates the time-consuming steps involved in changing order details for dozens or hundreds of quotes or orders in the Sage 300 order entry module. For example, if an item is out of stock and you have to update the expected ship date on all orders, you would choose Update Item Expected Ship Date, choose Specific Item, enter the item number, for example, A11050, specify the new expected ship date, I'll move it to August 10th, and depending on whether you ship partial orders, update the order expected ship date too. Now you can select the orders to be changed, in this case, all orders. You can also click the Additional Criteria button to select orders using a wide selection of order fields. Let's move on to the CRM and Collections module. TaiRox provides two alternative modules for handling collections. The TaiRox Collections module manages overdue payment reminders, disputed invoices, promised payments, payment due alerts, cases, notes, and communications from a collections-focused dashboard. TaiRox CRM and Collections includes all collections features and adds features for managing opportunities for both existing customers and prospects. Prospects can easily be promoted to AR customers in Sage 300, and opportunities can easily be turned into OE quotes or orders. Both modules use the Sage database and appear in the Sage 300 desktop. Just install and activate, like any Sage module, sync Sage 300 contacts and companies, and provide Sage 300 user access. TaiRox CRM has no additional hardware or software requirements. Both modules let you email AR statements, invoices, and letters to multiple recipients per company, and you can quickly resend AR and OE documents to any number of customer contacts. Email stage-specific overdue payment reminders and generate phone call tasks for customers with overdue accounts. Email bodies include either an overdue invoices or an account summary table. Scheduled collections phone call tasks appear on users' dashboards. Speed collections by sending payment due reminder emails to company contacts before their invoices are due. Payment due emails list all unpaid but not overdue customer invoices in each email. The program lets you attach due invoices as PDF files and sends emails to multiple customer contacts. See an enhanced, lightning-fast age trial balance that flags unapplied cash, disputed invoices, and collections cases. Create a collections case on the spot or drill down to an existing case. Change customer ranges, change filters and views, and export or print the data you want. View a concise list of cases and opportunities with CRM by user and revisit date in the dashboard or calendar. Change the display to daily, weekly, or monthly with one click. Record and manage disputed invoices, track promised payments, attach notes and documents to invoices before they become overdue or disputed, see trend lines in the average days to pay, average days overdue, and collections effectiveness index charts. Review details and totals in the overdue invoices, disputed invoices, and promised payments reports. With added CRM features, you can display the sales pipeline in source currency or functional currency using Sage 300 exchange rates. Display charts in fiscal periods or fiscal quarters, as well as by week or month. View a sales activity report to see the opportunities, quotes, orders, and communications that salespeople have entered in a user-supplied time period. Link opportunities to any number of Sage 300 quotes and orders. CRM also lets you launch the Sage 300 order entry window directly from opportunities to create a new quote or order. You can assign salespeople to multiple Sage 300 customer territories, and the dashboard entries will be filtered by territory. Promote a prospect company to an AR customer without data loss. All CRM company data is field-level identical to AR customer data. That includes sortable, searchable, optional fields that are displayed in the company grids. You can handle special opportunities efficiently, copy a recurring opportunity with a few mouse clicks, and create an opportunity for multiple customers in a single step. And you can link contacts to their social media accounts. Store links to a contact's Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and other social media pages. See up-to-date data maintained by the contacts themselves. SOX Check Approval from TaiRox Software provides tools for managing the check approval process within and across multiple Sage 300 companies. With SOX Check Approval, accounts payable users can't edit checks after they're submitted for approval. Approvers receive email notification when check batches are ready for approval. Approvers can quickly approve or reject payments from dozens of Sage 300 companies. It provides 4 different approval workflows, approval limits for lower levels, and flexible batch and payment options. And it maintains a complete audit trail with on-screen batch and check lookup and a detailed audit report. Let's take a look. We'll launch the Payment Batch List function for accounts payable checks. First, you can see an open payment batch that's normally available to post or print checks, but if I try to print checks, you can see that I am blocked because this batch has not yet been approved. To get it approved, you must submit the batch for approval. And now you'll see that the status of the batch has changed to Check Creation in Process, and there's an In Progress button that shows which payments have been rejected and which are still pending approval. Now let's look at things from the perspective of a first approver. When we log into the Check Approval console as Fred Winkler, you can see that the batch we've just submitted is sitting in his console. As first approver, Fred might do something like reject one of the payments and approve the rest. If you reject a payment, you're required to put in a comment. Fred can then move the approval process forward by saving his edits and then clicking the Approve button to complete the approval process for this batch. You'll see that the batch has disappeared from Fred's queue, and if I look in Sage, I can see that the first approver has rejected a check and has approved all others. If we log in as a second approver, Carla, you can see that she now has the batch and can approve or reject checks. Again, we can pick one of the items to reject and then move the process forward, which of course now means to complete approvals. If we go back into Sage, you can see that the batch is now open and that you can print and post it. You can click the Approved button to see the not approved payment entries and the approved entries. There's another perspective that we might want to look at, the perspective of an administrator. This is the Check Approval Setup function. It provides several options for using SOX Check Approval. It provides 4 different check approval workflows that you can select per company or per bank. Strict, where all checks must be approved by up to 3 approval levels. Basic, where all checks above set level amount limits must be approved first at lower levels and then by approvers at higher levels. Relaxed, where checks below level limits are approved at lower levels and checks above set level amount limits are approved only at higher levels. And simplified, where checks must be approved by up to 3 users in any order. In our example, we had 2 check approvers who had to approve all checks, but you can change this to specify approvers for up to 3 check approval levels. With the basic and relaxed workflows, you can specify check amount thresholds for lower levels, so smaller payment amounts don't require upper-level approval. And it lets you choose which payment types are included in the approval process, and lets you exclude payments from the approval process based on payment code. And you can list and keep a record of all check approvals and rejections with the Check Approval Audit Report. That completes our quick look at SOX check approval operations. Let's move on to TaiRox's fast data management tools. TaiRox's fast tools do it faster, do it better, and do more. Fast Clear History performs Sage 300 clear history operations in a fraction of the time taken using the standard utilities. We created it to address the needs of a client who had a terabyte database, wanted to clear purchase order history, but couldn't afford a multi-day outage, so Sage 300 could chug through one entity at a time. Our solution was to use SQL Server queries to clear entries in a table in one step, and then to add the ability to clear history for all core 300 modules. For example, Fast Clear History cleared order entry history in a 187 gigabyte database in less than 2 hours, where the standard Sage 300 utility took 2 to 3 days. Here's a sampling of other Fast Clear History times. In the Bank module, the Sage 300 utility took 5 days, and Fast Clear History took 2 minutes. This is 3,600 times faster. In General Ledger, the Sage utility took 5 hours, and TaiRox took 1.6 minutes, 187 times faster. In Inventory Control, the Sage 300 utility took 2 days versus TaiRox's 120 minutes, 24 times faster. In Order Entry, a 97-minute Sage utility run took only 30 seconds with Fast Clear History, 197 times faster. And in Purchase Order, a 7-hour run with the Sage utility took 12 minutes with Fast Clear History. But Fast Clear History also does more than the Sage Clear History. For example, an OE option lets you use the transaction date rather than the completion date as the through date for clearing. It lets you clear unprinted posting journals as well as printed ones. and it lets you clear OE salesperson commissions by date or by fiscal year and period. Fast Data Integrity performs an integrity checking operation that's 100 times faster than the standard utility for large databases. In fact, tests on large databases have shown 100 to 1,000 times performance gains. How do we get such large gains? The Sage 300 Data Integrity Checker uses the same code that's used by their screens to validate data. In other words, it checks one entity at a time. TaiRox's Fast Data Integrity uses SQL queries to check one database table at a time. As a result, running times of days become minutes or hours. Once we reduced the time to check data integrity, we added options to skip old fiscal years, inactive records, missing optional fields, and completed transactions, because in many cases, it may not be worth the effort to fix old errors, but you don't want them to hide the new ones. So what else does Fast Data Integrity do? It performs checks on Sage 300 core modules and several third-party modules. It's designed to run as a Windows-scheduled task and will create the structure for that task. It checks multiple databases in a single operation, and it sends email notifications with a log attached for each company checked. TaiRox provides interactive and scheduled versions of the program that perform the same checks. FastDB Tools launches programs from an interactive console that are faster and safer than the standard utilities, and it has unique time-saving tools not otherwise available. RDB load is 5 to 6 times faster than the standard utility. FastDB Tools uses SQL Server's bulk insert statement to achieve this performance gain. RDB dump dumps dozens of databases in one multi-threaded step. Select the databases and walk away. No need for repetitive login and logout operations. You can dump files in Sage's REC or in CSV format. CSV files can be edited and reloaded using FastDB Tools' dbload utility. Copy databases from one SQL instance to another. Re-index large tables without locking out users. Deactivate modules, clearing all the relevant tables. Display rec files without loading them into a database. And you can create or delete a Sage 300 database in one step. You can avoid complex SQL Server and database setup utilities. When companies can't find the features they need for Sage 300, resellers will often engage TaiRox to develop large or small customizations for their clients. TaiRox customizations range from projects that cost as little as $1,000 to large projects in the $50,000 to $100,000 range. For example, we've adapted one popular customization, Web Store Integration, to fit the needs of 5 different clients. Web Store Integration is a custom solution that collects orders and payments entered into a web store and synchronizes them with Sage 300. It's designed for companies that run Sage 300, already have a web store, and need to integrate the two. For some companies, Web Store Integration just means downloading orders. For others, it's bringing in orders and shipments. And for still others, it's handling orders, shipments, and credit card prepayments. So Web Store Integration was built to be flexible, to work with your store. For example, depending on your needs, Web Store Integration can map Web Store customers to a generic customer in Sage 300, Web Store items to item numbers in Sage 300, Web Store payment types to Sage 300 bank codes and payment codes, and you can override item category mapping for individual customers and override credit limits when creating a Sage 300 order. We can build out Web Store Integration to fit additional requirements. It's designed to work with your store. Processing orders from the web store involves a series of steps. You click the Download Orders button to download orders from the web store. You can view the downloaded orders by clicking the Show Orders button. Click the Verify Orders button to verify downloaded orders, and then click the Create OE Orders button to create orders in Sage 300. Payment processing is similar to order processing. You click the Show Payments button to view payments from the web store. Click the Verify Payments button to check for errors in the downloaded payments. Then click the Create AR Receipts button to create receipts in Sage 300. Each time you click the AR Receipts button, the program will create a new receipts batch in AR. That concludes our review of TaiRox Software. For more information about TaiRox application and data management solutions, please visit the TaiRox website at www.tairox.com or email us at info@tairox.com.